and gentlemen, the pleb is back. In this report, we got to talk about this peace deal in Gaza that Trump just signed today. From everything to the left losing their minds, to the memes that came out of this, to President Trump manhandling Macron in front of the media, today was absolutely epic. You won't want to miss this report. Stick around. Welcome to your Monday report. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please smash that subscribe button. Some of you are getting unsubscribed. Please double check. Let's start the report. Well, folks, the greatest living president of my lifetime did it again and struck peace in the Middle East, despite the left doing everything they could to derail it. Pointed out by this ex-user, Titania McGrath, who wrote, "My friends and I have been out all day protesting against this ceasefire. We demand a ceasefire that wasn't arranged by Donald Trump. We will never give up the struggle for peace." Now, this was a parody post from a parody account, and it's hard to tell nowadays just because of how insane and over-the-top ridiculous the left truly is. But after delivering peace to the Middle East, this is how I imagine the left's reaction went. Now, for those of us who are not mentally ill, like the people watching this video, today was a great day. We finally got peace in the Middle East. But something really interesting happened on Trump's flight into Israel when a member of the press asked Trump, "Do you think that bringing peace to the Middle East will land you a spot in heaven?" And Trump kind of had the most interesting answer ever.
I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't.
Wow.
I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly an Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. And as an example, had the election of 2020 not been rigged, you would have millions of people living just in Russia, Ukraine alone. That would have never happened, and it didn't happen for 4 years. And I knew Putin very well. It was the apple of his eye. All the things I've said would have never happened. We had an incompetent administration. We had an incompetent president. And because of a crooked election, millions of people are dead. And by the way, the Israeli thing was much harder to get settled because of the past administration. Okay?
You know what? I think that's a pretty humble answer. And I honestly feel the same way about President Trump. I'm a sinner. I am far from perfect. And I think there's a lot more people that deserve to go to heaven before me. And as Trump was coming into Israel, the Jews prepared him this sign here saying, "Thank you, Trump." And they even carved his face into the side. That is funny. And the views were even cooler from Air Force One as the president flew in.
Attention on board Air Force One. If you look off the right sea side, you will see the welcome President Trump sign.
This is cool. Oh, yes. And after receiving a hero's welcome in Israel, President Trump had this to say at the Israeli parliament. I believe it's called the Knesset. Knesset? I don't know. Watch.
And after so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity.
Beautiful. And even though Trump was there to spread a message of hope, well, you can always count on the lunatic left to absolutely embarrass themselves in this moment, like this pro-Hamas Israeli politician who embarrassed himself completely and got thrown out of parliament. Kick them out.
Over and over again.
להוציא את חבר הכנסת עודה, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה, החוצה.
Please expel this Knesset member. Please expel this Knesset member.
להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף. להוציא את חבר הכנסת כסיף מהאולם.
Expel Knesset member Kasif out of the hall. Please expel him immediately.
Why can't these leftists ever stop being unhinged and embarrassing themselves? Why don't they have any self-awareness? Your country just got a gigantic peace deal. It's a day for celebration, but the left have to act like absolute Karens. Unreal.
Sorry for that, Mr. President.
That was very efficient.
So yes, folks, the left are mentally ill all over the globe, whether it's in Canada, the United States, Europe, South America, or even Israel. Leftism and liberalism is a mental disease. And shortly after concluding his meetings in Israel, Trump made his way to Egypt, where things are going to get fun.
When he goes to NATO, everyone wants a peace and get a handshake, and there he is, getting off of Air Force One, Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, and he made some jokes about always making sure you hold on the railing, and there he is again.
So yes, the president is in Egypt. And now let's get into the fun part, because we know Trump does this thing whenever he's on the world stage where he has to out-alpha the entire room. And nothing displays this better than this handshake he did with Emmanuel Macron that left him literally visibly injured. Oh, poor Macron is about to feel the wrath of an actual alpha male here. Look at this. Look how he just grabs his hand. He's trying to let go. Trump won't let him go. Macron looks like visibly like uncomfortable here as Trump just keeps pulling him closer. This is great. This is great. Let me go. Laissez-moi aller. Laissez-moi aller. Laissez-moi aller. Complete Chad, right? Complete alpha. And of course, with a viral moment like that, well, the internet did what it does best and memed this actual moment.
Is it a gathering there for the Peace Summit? Now there is a bro shake. If ever I've we won't let go. Okay, you let go. Is it a gathering there for the...
I mean, as evil as AI is, at least they give us this. They give us these moments, these memes. They're so good.
Peace Summit.
One more time.
Now there is a bro shake. If ever I've we won't let go. Okay, you let go. Is it a gathering there?
Okay. Keep going. And if you thought that was crazy, look what President Trump actually did to Macron's hand. The internet captured this screenshot, which is what Macron's hand looked like after Trump was done shaking it. He shook Macron's hand so hard that he left finger marks on his hands. Now, I'd expect Macron to know how to shake a man's hand properly, considering he's potentially married to one. But yeah, that's how it went for Emmanuel Macron. And something else funny happened at these meetings when Trump corrected Marco Rubio in a very Trump way.
It's about restoring Gaza. It is about transforming the region. So we have an incredible partner, a long alliance, very capable partner here, and a tremendous collection of leaders. This is clearly, in my mind, I think in the mind of everyone in this room, probably one of the most important days for world peace in 50 years. And that's not an exaggeration.
Only 50?
That's such a Trump thing to only 50.
Only 50?
Maybe 100. It's really since the end of World War II, Mr. President. It's about restoring Gaza. It is about...
Oh, man. And as expected at these meetings, President Trump signed the agreement, the historic agreement that is making the left seethe all over the internet, of an actual ceasefire and actual peace in Gaza.
This took 3,000 years to get to this point. Can you believe it? And it's going to hold up, too. It's going to hold up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, thank you. You can use my pen if you want. Have a pen? Can you use mine? Okay.
Now look at Carney's face here. The leader, look how salty he looks. He does not, where's the smile on his face? Look at Macron too. Macron and Carney look absolutely pissed off here. Like, this should be a super happy moment. Look at them. Zoom in here. Look how angry they look. They don't even look happy. Millions of lives are going to be saved. There's a peace deal in the Middle East, historic. And well, guess what? The left are seething, but that should not surprise anyone. And the reason that, Macron and Carney and Starmer and all them don't look happy is because Marco Rubio called them out this week. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet that went extremely viral, but he said that if Canada, the UK, France, Australia didn't get involved recognizing Palestine as a state, there would be a peace deal way sooner. They were actively sabotaging the deal.
Have you noticed that the talks with Hamas fell apart on the day Macron made the unilateral decision that he's going to recognize a Palestinian state? And then you have other people come forward, other countries say, well, if there's not a ceasefire by September, we're going to recognize a Palestinian state. Well, if I'm Hamas, I basically conclude, let's not do a ceasefire. Right. Because we can be rewarded and we can claim it as a victory. So those messages, while largely symbolic in their minds, actually have made it harder to get peace and harder to achieve a deal with Hamas. They feel emboldened. Have you noticed?
It's incredible. It's incredible. So as our leaders are like Anita Anand congratulating herself for their involvement in getting the peace deal, well, the Secretary of State is telling a completely different story, that our other woke leftist leaders were trying to derail the deal. So now that I gave you guys that context, does it surprise you that Trump roughed up Macron in front of the press, squeezed his hands so hard that he left his finger marks there? Does it make sense now? Because it makes sense to me. So yes, folks, when Macron, Starmer, and Carney start bragging about how involved they were in these peace talks, just laugh at them like the LARPers that they are. And before we end off this episode, I wanted to show you guys a couple of memes here from the last couple of days and Trump getting a peace deal in the Middle East, and how the left is not handling it very well. Like this meme here from What I Mean to Say, saying, showing libs that Donald Trump freed the hostages and made the peace deal with the purple hair and having to keep their eyes open. Amazing. Or this one, Trump did it. We need to stop the war in Gaza. Just did. How dare you? Exactly. Not like that. No, not him. That's literally what they sound like. Or how about this? The hypocrisy of the left, of course. Minutes after Trump ends the war in Gaza, now these blue-haired leftists are throwing away their Palestine flags. Anyways, folks, that's it for today's news. I just wanted to say congratulations to President Trump and his administration for bringing real leadership to the world. Now, here in Canada, we have leftist government. In the UK, they have leftist government. In France, we have wacko leftist governments. We're infiltrated by leftist wackos. But thankfully, we have someone like President Trump in the most important position of power in the world, the President of the United States. And with Trump's leadership, I think we're going to be all right. All right, folks, it is good to be back. I really enjoyed making this video today. I had fun recording this one. So if you guys enjoyed today's report, you know what to do. Like this video, drop a comment, share it with your friends. Tell your friends about the pleb. Tell your friends the pleb is back on YouTube. My name is the pleb, and I'll see you guys at the next report. Peace.